Good morning. It's time for your meditation. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher this week is Carl Jung, and I'm always kind of blown away when I dive into his work again. It feels like so much of the shift in how mental health is seen in the last bunch of years, so much of that was started by Carl Jung's work a long time ago. Every time I dive into his work, he was a Western psychologist, obviously a contemporary of Sigmund Freud, and that kind of created these two schools of psychology, Freudian and Jungian schools of psychology. But I'm always so impressed when I go through his work how Eastern his philosophy seems. If you understand a bit of Buddhism and even Hinduism, Carl Jung's approach was a lot more Eastern in that regard than typical Western psychology. Always really love his work. So let's get into what Carl Jung wants to tell us today. Marcella, good morning. Sunbury, good morning. Anthony, good morning, dude. It's good to see you all. And Pat, hello, good morning. Okay, so this morning Carl Jung speaks to us about what is inside of us. What is the fundamental thing, the being inside of us. He says, I have always tried to make room for anything that wanted to come to me from within. I have always tried to make room for anything that wanted to come to me from within. Karabo, good morning. It's really good to see you. And so our meditation today is going to be the Serenity Prayer, really listening to what is in there, having that voice speak to us. I've always tried to make room for anything that wanted to come to me from within. In each of us, there is another whom we do not know. He speaks to us in dreams and tells us how differently he sees us from the way we see ourselves. To me, that sounds like my soul speaking to me. I'm just checking if I can read the comments as they come up. I'm never fast enough to do that. So Marcella, he'll have to remind me whose birthday is it. I just saw happy birthday. So make it abundantly clear to me because I'm slow. Whose birthday is it today? In each of us is another whom we do not know. He speaks to us in dreams and tells us how differently he sees us from the way we see ourselves. Like I said, that really feels like my soul speaking to me, my soul looking at me and telling me how he sees me. Pat's birthday, happy birthday, Pat. Thanks for the reminder, Marcella. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. To ask the right question is already half the solution to the problem. And that's what we're doing. We're going deep inside today. We're sitting at the feet of our soul and we're asking questions. Hopefully we ask good questions. Hopefully we ask the right questions, but at least we'll be open to what our soul wants to tell us. Linda, good morning. It's really good to see you too. Right, the last thoughts says, the dream is the small hidden door in the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul, which opens to that primeval cosmic night that was soul long before there was conscious ego, and will be soul far beyond what a conscious ego could ever reach. And that last thought, it was soul long before there was conscious ego, and it will be soul beyond what a conscious ego could ever reach. That is the part we want to touch. That is the part we can go and sit at the feet of. Once again, happy birthday, Pat. It's awesome to celebrate your birthday with you. Right, if you are ready, let's take that journey. You can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill your belly with air, feel yourself grow from that place. From your core, expand in all directions. And once you've reached your full height, let all of that go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. The eternal part of you, the part of you that has permanence, is often overshadowed by all the noisy parts that we also have. The impermanent parts, the very human parts that we have. The permanent part, the soul that existed long before ego and will long after, doesn't have to feel the need to fight for survival because of its obvious permanence. It is the very human part of us that recognizes its shelf life. The scared human that often reacts in fear. Because there's a timeline. And we're always aware of this timeline. This is why fear is a loud voice. It needs to get our attention. It needs to point out to us everything that's wrong so that we can take action to survive. And it is why also the voice of wisdom is so soft. It doesn't have the need to force our attention in any direction. That is why it becomes our job to do our work, do our inner work, to heal the wounds, to tend to the fear, so that the volume can come down lower and we are able to hear the whisper. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. And roll out your neck muscles in big half circles to the left and to the right. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you can curve your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. Can you tilt your head in one direction while you tilt your hips over in the opposite direction? One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch, move, or adjust any part of your body that still needs a little help settling down. getting softened into this present moment as much as we can, we can turn inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body and invite softness into every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose. Is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels really comfortable, followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, See how much you can soften into your breath hold and feel yourself drifting down, down, down. Finding yourself sitting at the wisdom that is your soul. Take your next big breath. We are starting with the first line of the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Repeat the first line to yourself a few times. Feel it in your mouth. Turn it over in your head. Bring it into your heart. The serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Take your next big breath. Do you trust that your soul knows that there is wisdom there? Well, then you can trust too that the guidance is there when you are open to it. We're turning the first line into a question. Can you ask a question and also let it go? Can you be open to an answer without being desperate for an answer? Sit in front of your soul. Allow your soul to speak. And just bask in the presence of the soul that you are. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the question is this: what is one thing in my life that I need to let go of? What is one thing in my life right now that I need to accept that I cannot change? Take your next big breath. The second line of the Serenity Prayer asks, please give me the courage to change the things that I can change. It's not all about accepting what we can't change. It's also about finding clarity to know what we can change. And often it takes real courage to take action on the things that need to get done. Feel the words in your mouth, the courage to change the things that I can change. Turn the words over in your mind and bring them all the way into your heart. Take your next big breath. And then sitting at the feet of your soul, ask the question in sincerity, just being honest and humble, trusting that your soul knows, that you can ask the question and also let it go. What is one thing in my life right now that I do need to change? What is one thing right now that I do need to take action on? Take your next big breath. And the last line asks for the wisdom to know the difference. Because it's not always easy to know. It's not always easy to see with clarity what to accept and surrender to, and what to take action on. With your next big breath, you dive deep into you. The wisdom to know the difference. And the question I personally like to ask is, Please show me what I'm not seeing. Please show me what I'm not seeing. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness into every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll share Carl Jung's words with you again. I found it really beautiful. I have always tried to make room for anything that wanted to come to me from within. And if God is to be found anywhere, it is inside of you that you'll find that presence. In each of us is another whom we do not know. He speaks to us in dreams and tells us how differently he sees us from the way we see ourselves. The dream is the small hidden door in the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul, which opens to that primeval cosmic night that was soul long before there was conscious ego, and will be soul far beyond what a conscious ego could ever reach. Sometimes we can feel this presence. But we are human. We have the scared human part as well. And it is those fears that often keep us from feeling the presence of God within us. Our job when we feel disconnected is to remember that this disconnected feeling is temporary. And if we can find our way to soften, if we can find our way to surrender, if we can stop splashing in our pond, we will find our way back to the presence of the divine within us. I want you to take a moment to remember how many times you've done that before. How many times you have found your way back again. And in between there might have been moments where you felt completely disconnected, where it felt like this disconnection is your permanent state. Yet still, you found your way back to this place of softness and light and love and feeling your connection to what is bigger than you. I want you to know this. I want you to even write these words down. I can trust myself to always find my way back. I can trust myself to always find my way back to the best version of me, to the presence of God within me, to my connection to my soul. I can trust myself to always find my way back. You have proven that you can trust this in you. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. And instead of saying words of gratitude, because this is gratitude enough, with every breath, let's repeat the same knowledge, the same trust, the same knowing again. Take a deep breath in. I can trust myself to always find my way back again. Take a deep breath in. I can trust myself to always find my way back to the divine within me again. Take a deep breath in. I can trust myself to always find my way back to my soul again. Take a deep breath in. I can trust myself to always find my way back to the light within me again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. How do you know you can trust this? Because you've done it. Not once, multiple times. You've found your way back to what is bigger than you, but within you, over and over again. Our work is to remember that next time. To remember that the next time it feels completely disconnected. To remember, I've been here before. I've done this before. I don't even have to fight what's happening right now. I don't even have to resist this feeling of disconnection. Because I know I've always found my way back again. Lots of love to you all. Good morning, Hardis. Again, happy birthday, Pat. Nella, good morning. Vivian, good morning. And thank you, somebody. Thank you, Marcella. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Linda. And whoever else I might not see back there. Oh, I saw Craig pop in this morning as well. Good morning, Craig. Have a good day, everybody. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.